Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, so most of you probably know by now, but I am pregnant. I am super excited. Jeff and I are extremely thrilled about it. I am officially 16 weeks pregnant, so I'm out of my first trimester, but I thought I would come on here and do a first trimester recap because there are things that I didn't know that were going to happen, and there are also things that if I ever get pregnant again, it would be nice to kind of look back and try to hopefully plan ahead if this happens again. So we're going to get right on with the video. So Jeff and I found out we were pregnant the day before Halloween, so on October 30. I assumed I was pregnant, but it was still fun to do the test and surprise Jeff with it. You guys can go ahead and watch the video for that. I think it's a fun one to look back on. Once we found out on a Sunday, and then Alien wants to say hi. Say hi. He's hanging out with me today. So we found out on a Sunday, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I'm pregnant. I have no symptoms. Like, this is going to be a really fun, easy pregnancy. And I also thought that because my mom, when she was pregnant with my brother and I, she never had any symptoms. So I assumed I was going to follow in her footsteps and just have like an easy ride through this pregnancy. But my case was much different than my mother's. So 2 days after we found out, the first thing that I noticed is that my breast started to hurt really bad, and that has been a continual thing that has not stopped. It's on and off. I have also gained a couple cup sizes, which is kind of a pain because I've had to buy a bunch of new bras, and then when I buy a new bra, then my size changes again, so I have to buy some more. So if you guys have any suggestions on where to find a good bra, feel free to comment down below. The next symptom that I noticed like right away was that I was really out of breath. Like normally when you walk up the stairs, you know, you're good. If it's a couple stairs, you're good. But like literally I would walk up like the 7 stairs we have right there, and I would be like heaving and hoeing. Like sometimes I'd have to sit down, which was a little embarrassing, but I learned to kind of just give myself some grace on that. I was also extremely exhausted the first trimester. Like I literally could not keep myself awake. I work 9-hour shifts, which is totally normal for me. I'm used to those. But working a 9-hour shift in the first trimester was a lot more difficult. If I was able to get out early, I would literally come home and nap before dinner. I would sleep like an hour, eat dinner, and then go to bed. I just could not keep myself awake. So I just ended up having to give myself some grace on that because I am a very like go person. So the fact that I couldn't go, like I couldn't get up to clean the house or do dishes on my day off, Jeff was really great at reminding me to just take a breath and take a nap, and it's okay because in the first trimester you're doing a lot. Like all the things for the baby begins, like the organs, the development of the body, like just everything. So like your body is working way extra. I just had to remember that and take a breath. Okay, so the next symptom I had was by far the worst symptom. So I started getting nauseous that week after I found out I was pregnant. For the first couple days, it was just like nausea. Like I just felt like I was gonna puke all the time. So I actually ended up buying Preggy Pops, which were actually a lifesaver for that first week when I like just had the nausea. As you can see, I went through most of the can. So if you're pregnant, try these out for nausea. So those worked for like a week or two, and then I started puking. And once I started puking, nothing was going to subside my puking, so those didn't really help. I still sucked on them because they taste good, and they would help if I wasn't puking. They were still nice to at least put something like in my mouth and in my body. But it got so bad that I was puking like from morning to night. It wasn't just morning sickness for me, it was all day sickness, which was a pain in the butt. So usually what I would do is I would get up in the morning and I would have to eat something immediately because when you wake up in the morning, you're really hungry. But if you're, at least for me, for my case, if I'm hungry, then it makes me puke. So I have to get food in my stomach. Well, I would get up and I would eat cereal, and then about a minute or two later, I would puke it all up. So it was kind of a pain. But I went to the doctor and they gave me some nausea meds, which I didn't take very often because the meds actually made me like extremely dizzy, which made me nauseous. So it was kind of like, it didn't really help actually in the long run. So I just decided not to take them because I really didn't want to take anything being pregnant anyways. I know they were safe for the baby, but I still just didn't really feel the need to take them. So the puking went on, till I was about 14, 15 weeks. So actually once I started getting out of the first trimester, it did subside. I still puke like occasionally if I eat like too much, or if I don't eat, I will puke. But that was one that was really, really hard for me because working 9-hour shifts and having to run to the bathroom and puke and then go back out and work is just not a fun thing to do, especially in the first trimester. Nobody knew. We waited till we were out of the first trimester to announce it. And that was actually probably one of the hardest things to do because nobody at work knew I was pregnant, but I was feeling absolutely miserable. So at work I was like, oh yeah, I'm fine, I'm good, even though I was dying and running to the bathroom every couple of minutes. So there was that, but it could always be worse. So, and plus it's for a good cause. Another thing with the nausea and throwing up is I have actually lost weight in the first trimester. I haven't lost a lot, but normally I'm at a very like steady weight. And so I was like afraid with the baby that I was like gonna gain a lot. And I actually lost 2 pounds and now I have gained a pound. So we're doing good. I'm still under the weight I was when I got pregnant, but I think like these next coming months I will probably start to gain, but I just thought that was really interesting that I didn't gain any weight so far, so it's kind of cool. I wasn't upset about that. And then the last symptom that I got that I thought was really weird, which like all these other symptoms I've heard about, but this one I had never heard about and I thought it was really weird. I am constantly like stuffy in my nose. So I always have to blow my nose. We talked to the doctor about it and it's totally normal. I get bloody noses now too, so like when I blow my nose, it's typically just blood that I'm blowing out. And apparently it's just because of all the like hormonal changes in your body. So it's causing my nose to be stuffy. So I have to blow my nose like constantly. Usually in the morning, I blow all like the blood out and it's good. But I just thought that was such a weird symptom that I did not know was gonna happen and I was not prepared for. And then to wrap this up, because I feel like I have just been talking forever at you guys, the last thing I'm going to do is a couple questions that have been frequently asked, that my friends have asked me, my family has asked me, people have asked me online. So I thought I would like go through a little rapid fire questionnaire. The first question I got is, do I have any cravings? Yes. And I think they're actually really funny cravings because they're all very like nostalgic. It's all stuff that I used to eat when I was like a little kid in school, like your mom would pack you in your lunchbox kind of thing. So I grabbed a couple of them. First one, fruit by the foot, because why not? Second one, Gushers. And then this has been my like recently Tootsie Pops. I have been eating these non-stop. And then the last one that I've had is Fudgesicles, like popsicles, and like the Bomb Pop popsicles, which is all stuff that I used to eat as a kid. Like I'm talking from like elementary school to high school. And then, you know, when you get older, you try to like calm down how many sweets you have. Well, yeah, sweets have been my go-to for this pregnancy, which since I'm not gaining any weight at this point, I was allowing myself to eat quite a few sweets. The next question is, do we know the gender yet? We do not know the gender yet. So we could have found out at 10 weeks because you can do genetic testing and blood work to figure out the gender of the baby, but we decided that we did not want to do genetic testing and we did not want to find out the gender. Well, we wanted to find out the gender, but we didn't want to find out, and the only way to do it is to do that blood work. So we are actually waiting until our 20-week ultrasound because we haven't had an ultrasound yet, so we're super excited for that. Our ultrasound is actually scheduled for Valentine's Day, so you guys will have to look out the weekend after that. We are going to do the gender reveal, so we are super excited for that. So be on the lookout for the gender reveal because we will share that with you guys. We are so pumped. The next question we got is, what do we think the gender is? As for Jeff, he doesn't really have any idea of what it is. As for me, I personally think it's a boy, and the only reason I think it's a boy is because I have a lot of dreams at night, and I can usually remember my dreams at night. And the last few weeks, I have literally dreamt that I have like given birth to a baby boy and that there's a baby boy running around. So that's the only reason I think it's a boy. Not a very logical reason, but it's a reason. So that's my reasoning for why I think it's a boy. The next question we get is, were we trying? And so actually we only tried once, which like we honestly thank the Lord for that, because we know how difficult it is for some people to get pregnant, and we wanted to wait a little bit longer to start trying because we had recently gotten married, and so we just wanted to space it out a little bit. But then we were kind of concerned with, you know, Jeff's a few years older than me, and I've never tried for a baby before, so we didn't know what our fertility rates were. So I don't know, we just kind of mutually agreed that we were just gonna start trying because we were ready. And we tried one time and it took. So yeah, we're just extremely thankful. The next question we have is, when is the due date? And the due date right now is July 1st. So yeah, it could be, you know, before that, after that, we will have to see. But we are super excited. I haven't been measured yet, so we will have to see once we get measured at the ultrasound if the due date stays the same. But if it doesn't, I will let you guys know. All right, and then the last question that I have been getting asked is my baby bump. I will show you guys, but to be honest, I don't really have a baby bump right now. I am 16 weeks pregnant. But my doctor said it could take up to like 24 weeks to like really like pop out and show, because it's my first baby. I'm already kind of pudgy in my stomach, so I feel like the baby is just like making my pudge come out a little bit more. It's not like a rounded belly or anything, which kind of stinks because like I want to like show that I'm pregnant and not just chunky, but I know that it'll come in time. So I'll show you guys. So there's my stomach. As you can see, I mean, it comes out like a little bit. I can still suck in quite a bit. I feel like when you suck in, you can kind of see the pudge, like right there. But yeah, I don't know. The baby is sitting like right in here right now. So I feel like my stomach's not gonna like protrude out very far just because the baby is sitting so low. I feel like once it moves up, then maybe. But I also have really, really wide hips, so it is possible for the baby to be sitting back really far, like back towards my back. But yeah, that is all. That is the first trimester recap. First trimester was definitely a crazy ride. I am really thankful that I'm starting to feel better and feel a lot more like myself though. So thank you guys for joining me for a little talking sesh. It's really nice to sit down and vlog again. So that is why we have been a little quiet on the vlogs, just because I've been so sick the last few weeks. But thank you guys for joining me. I am super excited for this journey, and we will catch you guys later. Bye! Thank you guys so much.